But what does Jasmine want? You either gonna be my king, we gonna sit on this throne, or I'm gonna have to find,
and somebody else gonna pick up.
And somebody gonna pick up. I would definitely say not trying to come on to you or anything. Like I got my own wife. But like you are beautiful inside and out.
Do I spy a little bit of chemistry there? Just me? What's up, guys? It's Liz Long. This is your red wine recap of Married at First Sight, Nashville. Friends, last night was the episode where the couples visit their childhood homes and write the letters to their younger self. In this case, it's Nicole and Chris, and a lot of people acting like it's like their 9-year-old middle school self, and I don't get it. I mean, these people are like 30 now, but anyways, Chris and Nicole, they rehashed once again like their whole childhood traumas. What I want to talk about though for this video is kind of the good stuff, the more juicy stuff, because it was rather of a boring episode last night. So let's talk about Kirsten and Shaq, and would they be a better, would there have been a better match if it was Shaq and maybe Jasmine? Guys, what I really want to know is, are you on like Kirsten's side, or are you like, I just don't get Kirsten at all? I mean, here we have Kirsten. She waited this whole time to give Shaq a kiss. She finally, went all the way with him. I just said all the way. I mean, now I sound like a middle school self. But anyways, so then she brings him to one of her real estate homes. And remember, she's a real estate agent. And I love it because she acts like Shaq is like one of her clients.
Do you see yourself buying a house soon?
I see it in the future.
As long as we, continue this marriage, you have to get us a house. You have to buy us a house.
Ooh, Kirsten, be careful there, because Shaq is going to nitpick the fact that you just said, like, you're going to have to buy us the house. She's going to backtrack later on, but let me know what you think about that. Are you like, Kirsten, you're out of your damn mind because you've been pushing him away at arm's length, and now all of a sudden you're wanting this man to buy you a house? Or are you on the camp where you're like, that is a man's job to provide? And Kirsten is going to drop some more hints.
2 hours later.
Speaking of providing, it kind of goes back to like how my dad provided for us. Like, he provided a home for me and my mom and my sister and brother. Like, so that's why sometimes you may feel like I'm putting like a lot of expectations on you, but that's what I see my dad as, and that's probably why that's something that I want out of my husband.
Kirsten is not so subtly, or maybe subtly, I don't know, but I picked up on it, where she's like, get the hint there, Shaq, get the hint. My dad did this, I expect you to do the same. Okay, so now we have a little perfect storm brewing where Kirsten's kind of turning Shaq off with her demands of by the way, this is a $2.9 million home that she showed him or so. And now we also have the perfect little storm brewing over here of Jasmine, who is completely checked out from her marriage to Eris. All of that culminating into this moment when Jasmine and Shaq sit down together.
But what does Jasmine want? As a black woman, as a black queen, you gotta be like, hey, you either gonna be my king, we gonna sit on this throne, or I'm gonna have to find,
and somebody else gonna pick up.
And somebody gonna pick up. So
look, guys, I'm not trying to start trouble here, but I asked this question a few weeks ago. What do you think might have been a better pair? Maybe Shaq and Jasmine? Or Jasmine and Gil? We know it's not Eris. People weren't talking about it so much then, but boy, are they weighing in now. In my humble opinion, Shaq did more for Jasmine with that like 5-second conversation than Eris has done for her in their entire marriage together so far. Also, did you notice how Jasmine kind of challenged Shaq a little bit? She had a little bit of an Oprah moment where he's like, Kirsten hasn't even let me meet her dad yet. And then she said, and that doesn't bother you? And he's like, no. And then she's like, that doesn't bother you? And he's like, okay, it bothers me. Again, I'm not trying to start any trouble here, but I I would be lying if I said I didn't spy just a little bit of chemistry there. And finally, this all kind of comes to a head at the very end of the episode when Kirsten is there chomping down on her salad like a Kardashian. And in case Shaq hasn't gotten the message, she's just gonna put it in there one more time.
I know people who husbands buy them cars and houses and stuff.
But Shaq isn't really having it. He's putting his foot down. And I don't know, I wasn't so much of a Shaq fan in the beginning of this season, but more and more I'm becoming more of a Shaq fan. He looked cute in his little hat last night. I like it when he puts his foot down. He's got something about him. And there must have been something good that happened in that romance department with them, because now, Kirsten's acting like a crazy woman.
This is who I am.
But she's the one telling him he's acting crazy. Guys, our Spousey Award, it's gonna go to Shaq. Again, he looked cute last night. He's coming into his own mandom. Is that even a word? I don't know. But while he's coming into his own mandom, we see a preview for next week where I think one of the experts is asking Kirsten if she finds him masculine enough or something. Ooh, I don't know if he's into his own. So anyways, and also Shaq was really sweet with Jasmine. I'm not trying to read too much into it. If you want to just look at it as, two friends talking, we can look at it like that, and that's fine too. But he provided Jasmine just that pep talk, that affirmation, and maybe it's just him being a mentor and the kind of guy he is, but he provided that for her, just when she needed it. And another Spousey Award. But then also on the lousy side, it's Chris and Nicole. Chris and Nicole, they're cute, and I was, liking them in a lot of moments last night. But at the same time, I'm over here and I'm like, enough with the childhood trauma. And then next week we see Nicole in tears talking more about her childhood trauma. I've said before, this show is just, Nicole is the type of person that this show was meant for, and I believe that wholeheartedly. But it seems like both of these guys, maybe, I don't know. Do you think that they need to be in some therapy or something? I don't know, because what happens if they break up with one another? I just don't see it being healthy for either one of them. I do give Eris a lousy on the board pretty much every single week, but I'm just gonna let him off the hook this week. Okay? He looked like he was having fun playing paintball, and that's good enough for me. But Jasmine, I want to be mad at you if you had a little too much fun chasing him around with that paintball gun. Till next week, guys. Bye-bye.